After a year of "Are you excited? Are you ready?" Yes, I am ready. And yes, I am excited that this moment in time is here. I do appreciate the grace of this moment, and I am extremely humbled and extremely blessed to be standing before you today as the president of the Florida Bar. When my dad, of blessed memory, was just a young boy, he had throat cancer. After several unsuccessful surgeries and treatments, the doctors were able to finally save his life by removing most of his voice box. So for the rest of my dad's life, he spoke in a whispered voice. For my brother and my sister, we knew that my dad spoke in a whispered voice. But to us, it sounded normal. In fact, believe me, when my dad was upset with us, mostly with my brother, not me, he made himself loud and clear. So much so that many years later, when I met Bobby and brought her home for the very first time to meet my parents, she tells the story. She says that I told her all about my dad's beautiful blue eyes, and my dad had the most crystal blue, beautiful eyes. But somehow I neglected, somehow I forgot to mention one little detail, which is that he had a whispered voice. Some 37 years later, when Bobby tells the story, and she often tells the story, she brings up the fact that I omitted that one minor detail. You got to give this one up, sweetie. As a young man, my dad wanted to be a lawyer, but his voice apparently affected this aspiration. It did not, however, affect him being the de facto legal counsel for our neighbors and our community. Over the years, I saw dozens of people meet with my dad in our home, in their homes, and in our synagogue in order to counsel them on a wide variety of both personal and business issues. There are lots of moments and lots of people in my life who make up my narrative as to why I knew from the earliest of age that I wanted to be a lawyer. Some of those people include Clarence Darrow, and of course I'm sure you can now get that some of those people also included Sandy Koufax and Jackie Robinson, all of whom had significant influences on my career path. But watching my dad do what good lawyers do every day, which is to give their clients good, practical, logical, and yes, compassionate advice, struck a deep chord with me and why I do what I do each day, and why I'm so blessed to be standing here today. Now I ask each of you, why are you here? For my mom, it was an easy answer. My mom, she knew that her firstborn son was getting some big lawyer honor, so of course she's here. I mean, in fact, she's probably texting it to her Mahjong friends, live streaming it to her Mahjong friends as we speak. Aren't you, Mom? Now for the rest of us, why are you here? After all, this is not Iowa, and Boca Raton is no field of dreams. This is one of many baseball references you're going to have to put up with this year because I speak baseball fluently. So I ask you, why are each of us lawyers? And the answer can't be because you can't hit a curveball. Why do we do what we do each year, day after day? Why is not only a critical question for each of us, it's also a critical question for the Florida Bar. We do lots of good things at the bar. A lot of great programs, a lot of great initiatives. But for all the good that we do, and we do lots of good, sometimes we forget, sometimes we lose touch with our why. So what is the bar's why? If you ask our members, they would probably say it's to serve them, to take care of them. For some, they might even say to regulate them, and that would be true. You might find others who would say our why is to protect the court. And after all, the court created us. and we don't exist without the court. And that too would be true. Few might say that our why is to protect the public. When the court created the bar in 1950, it specifically held that the bar had a responsibility to the public that is unique from any other profession, which is rooted in the oath that we all just took and you heard several times just now, which is to support, protect, and defend not only the United States, but also the Florida constitutions. In fact, the Supreme Court held that a lawyer's responsibility to the public rises above a lawyer's responsibility to his or her client. So collectively, it is true that the bar's why is predicated on serving all three: the lawyer members, the court, and the public. The common thread to our service is the pursuit of justice. Understanding that justice is at the heart of all that we do, that it's the heart of what we do, elevates everything that we do and everything we should be doing. Knowing that the pursuit of justice is our why makes the what we do more impactful, because we now know, we now walk in and walk towards our purpose. So yes, this year, just like preceding years, we have priorities, 5 pillars, so to speak, all of which are consistent with our strategic plan. Number 1, member benefits and services. You just heard from our immediate past president, William J. Schifino Jr., when he said, "It is not what we do to our members that matters, but it is what we do for our members that matters." And so this pillar is to effectively communicate the bar's message and provide benefits, services, and resources to our diverse membership, the general public, and targeted groups. Because 75% of our lawyers practice in solo or small firms of 10 lawyers or fewer, it is absolutely critical that we provide our lawyers with the tools and the resources so that they can adequately represent their clients. We make ourselves relevant to our lawyers when we make them feel safe. And we make them feel safe when we provide them the necessary tools. It's not enough just to develop these tools. It's incumbent upon us to make sure that we identify the tools that our lawyers need the most and that we effectively communicate those tools to our lawyers. Number 2, technology. This pillar's focus is to use technology to connect the bar's members and information to This pillar is to effectively communicate the bar's resources and information to bar members and the general public. Technology drives how our lawyers will compete both in local markets as well as the global markets. Technology will fuel how we deliver justice effectively and efficiently to our citizens. Technology will drive how 4 out of 5 citizens who need a lawyer but cannot afford a lawyer will connect with a lawyer. There unfortunately are simply not enough hours in the day, nor are there enough lawyers to be able to meet the great need for legal services. But through technology, we will bridge the access to justice gap. Now, with technology, there are great risks. Cyber attacks occur each day, affecting our clients' data. And not just our clients' data, but also our data, which includes our sensitive, our sacrosanct, privileged communications. So it is imperative upon us to educate our members, not just as to the effective use of technology, but also to do so without compromising our clients' confidentiality. Number 3, inclusiveness. In the words of John Fitzgerald Kennedy, in the final analysis, our most basic common link is that we all inhabit this small planet. We all breathe the same air. We all cherish our children's futures, and we are all mortals. That sounds familiar. I got that quote right from where you live, sweetie. Our third pillar is to continue to promote inclusion in all aspects of our profession and the justice system. Although we have made great strides in our law firms and our courts to level the playing field, inequality still exists. So we must and we will continue to eliminate bias wherever it exists. Number 4, health and wellness. Our fourth pillar focuses on the lawyer as a whole person. Today, more than ever, our hearts are heavy, and our prayers are with Irv Gonzalez and his family. Irv was a good friend of our bar. He's a good friend of mine, and he was a good friend of justice. So we know all too well the enormous day-to-day pressures that our lawyers are facing. It will therefore be a priority for our bar, for us, to help our members achieve better work-life balance, mindfulness, healthy lifestyles, and develop a support system for them, for our lawyers in need. An ounce of prevention will truly be worth a pound of cure. Number 5, the Constitution Revision Commission. This pillar focuses on educating our members and the public about the CRC through a comprehensive outreach program and providing the CRC with subject matter expertise. Just a little less than a year from now, in May of 2018, the CRC will be submitting its proposed amendments to our Constitution, to the Florida Constitution. Throughout the coming year, we will remain steadfast. We will remain vigilant in our efforts to protect and promote a strong, independent, and yes, well-funded judiciary. Importantly, as we implement the action items for each of our whats, we will communicate the why, and we will do so with an understanding of the meaning and purpose of our why, which is to pursue justice for everyone who touches our legal system. Today, it's my honor to serve as the president of the bar and as a leader of our bar, but everyone in this room is a leader. And that means everyone here has a responsibility to each other, to those who have come before us and to those who come after us, to those in government practice, to those in large law firms, to those in that 75% who make up the small and solo practitioners, and to those who are struggling in their practices. We all have a responsibility to help each other and to help our clients as servants of justice. So let me pause here for a few thank yous. And when I say a few, I mean quite a few. To my former colleagues and associates, my partner, Paul Singerman, last year, humorously, at least he thinks so, introduced me by noting that there have been a number of law firms that I was previously with that no longer exist, that have since dissolved. Well, the good news to the Berger Singerman folks who are serving over there, and to Paul Singerman, I checked this morning, Berger Singerman, still in business. Joking aside, every one of those steps, each one of those steps on my journey enriched me as a lawyer and as a person. When my former colleagues at Fine Jacobson, Schwartz Nash, Block in England, Cole Davidson Carter, Smith Salter and Barquette, Mintz Trutman, Klein and Higer, and yes, of course, Higer, Lichter and Givner, please stand and be recognized. I'm especially thankful to Bernie Jacobson, who was the patriarch and still is the patriarch of Fine Jacobson, and Kevin Emis, 3rd District Court of Appeal Judge Kevin Emis, who are here representing Fine Jacobson. Thank you. Will my colleagues at Berger Singerman please stand and be recognized? Study their faces carefully, because these men and women have been spinning my plates for the last year, and they've all sworn and all pledged to continue to do so in the upcoming year. I am grateful, very grateful to all of you, but I must single out a couple of people from my Berger-Singerman family, Colleen Moranges and Gina Clausen-Lozier. Colleen is probably not here because she just delivered her firstborn child just a week ago. Oh, she's here.
She's here.
That's going to cost me dearly. Colleen Moranges and Gina Clausen-Lozier, these two women are just amazing, amazing, amazing lawyers. Every single day, they do their absolute best to make me look good. And they do an job, but they are just the best of the best of the best. Thank you so much for being here. Jessica Hernandez, who's been my paralegal for quite some time. She is an outstanding paralegal. I think she's probably the only person who cares more for our clients than I do. She's an absolutely passionate about our clients. Give a round of applause to Jessica. And thank you to my assistant, Victoria Horn. You'll see her copied on every single email. She directs traffic for me each day and makes sure that I'm pointed in the right direction. Thank you, Victoria. The Chief Justice, the members of our court, one of the great privileges I have is the opportunity to serve arm in arm with you. You are the true champions of justice. I look forward to working with you and learning from each of you. Thank you. Past presidents of the Florida Bar, I know that I have a long and winding road before I get to sit and rest with you over there, but I am comforted to know that that road will at least be paved because of your wisdom and your service. Thank you for letting me lean on you, and thank you for all of the unsolicited, I mean very welcomed advice that I'm sure you're ready to share. Speaking of welcomed advice, I will listen to Jack, and I am also honored and privileged and fortunate that I will get the good counsel of Josh Doyle. Thank you both. And I want to echo immediate past President Schifino. When I thank all the bar professionals, those that are here, those that are still in Tallahassee, those that are serving all around the state, those that do everything that they do silently and behind the scenes and guide us and support us. And without them, we would not be able to do what we do each day. Will the members of the Board of Governors please stand and get another round of applause? I always say I've been involved in a lot of groups and a lot of organizations over the years, and there's a lot of great lawyers in this state, but there is no better collection of lawyers than those men and women right over there. They are the most dedicated, committed, passionate, thoughtful leaders of justice on the planet. And most of all, you all are my extended family. Me, Bobby, we love you all, and we look forward to serving with you this year. President-elect Suskauer. Now that sounds pretty good, doesn't it? She is a passionate bar leader. She will be a passionate bar president. Perhaps the most passionate bar president the bar has ever known. But today, and only today, you're speechless. So we'll leave it at that.
That was pretty good.
Immediate past President William Schifino Jr. Billy Boy, Bucko, Sport, Champ, the Schifino-nator, 1,000 other names. But by any other name, Bill, you are a mensch. There's not enough time, not enough Kleenex for me to share with you all that you mean to our bar, all that you have done for our bar, and all that you mean to me personally. I love you.
Thank you.
Rabbi Kaplan, Rav, thank you so much for your kind words today. But more importantly, thank you to you and Devorah and your family for sharing your table and you're sharing your wisdom with Bobby, me, Adam, sometimes Samantha, on almost what seems like every week. And so we love you and thank you. My brother Ron and sister Pam, love you both. Now the hard ones. My dad. He would have really loved to be here. That's all I can say. I miss him every single day. My mom, everybody, break the tension a little bit. Say hi to my mom.
Hello, Mom.
She's probably the proudest person on the planet. And if you asked her, in fact, you don't even have to ask her, I'm sure she'll tell you without even asking her, she nurtured my thirst for knowledge from the earliest age, reading with me the classics. I love you, Mom. Samantha and Adam, no matter what I do in life, no matter what I've done, no matter what I'll do, there is nobody that I am more proud of and that I love more than the two of you. You make me proud every single day. Samantha, you live way too far away in Boston. We have extra rooms in our home, just so you know that. She is a research and development engineer for a startup biomedical company where she is excelling, of course. And Adam lives closer by. He lives in Fort Lauderdale, where he is selling high-end residential property, and he's killing it. So for any of you who are buying or selling, Jack, is that okay? Okay. I'm just saying, he's right here up in the front. Bobby, you are the love of my life. I was recently quoted as to what is the secret of my success. I said, it's really simple. Find the right woman and marry her. I did that. Bobby, I've loved you for 1,000 years, and I will love you for 1,000 more. Thank you for being my partner. Thank you for being with me on this journey for 30-something years. Love you. What we do, what each of us does, makes a difference. So let me end with one of my favorite quotes. No man is an island entire of itself. Every man is a piece of a continent, a part of the main. If a clod be washed away by the sea, Europe is the less. Any man's death diminishes me, because I am involved in mankind. And therefore, never send to know for whom the bells toll, they toll for thee. Walk out of here today knowing that each of you can and do make a difference in the lives of each other and the people that we serve. Oh, one last thing. You may remember a couple years ago when Ramon Abedin was being installed as president. There was some humor as to the possibility that Spanish would become the official language of the bar. Justice Labarga put an end to that, quashed it, overruled that. But starting today, baseball will be the official language of the bar, and the Dodgers will be our team. We're adjourned.